Kim, very good to see you. We're going to start with an important question. How do you know if your advisor is working for you? And I'm asking because of this just terrible story out of Georgia. A financial advisor recently pleaded guilty to one of the largest Ponzi schemes in the state's history, defrauding more than 2,000 investors out of roughly $380 million. So, what are the key signs that a financial advisor is acting in their client's best interest? And how does the fiduciary standard play into that?
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. But
Yeah.
number one, we should never trust blindly, right? So we always want to do our homework when working with a firm or an individual. It's one of the biggest decisions that you can make for your financial future. So do your homework on the firm. Check out their licensing. That's going to be a big one. Are they
Mhm.
licensed the way they should be with the state, with the, registered with FINRA, the SEC? You want to know those licensing. That's going to reveal a lot of data for you as well. So just asking the right questions also can play into that.
Mhm. In light of this Ponzi scheme, what questions should investors ask when evaluating the credibility and trustworthiness of a prospective advisor?
Good questions to ask are, do you have any complaints filed against you? And again, when you're asking these questions, it's also important for you to, again, do your homework and verify. So do you have any complaints filed against you? You can search that up on the internet, as well as who do you custody with? So one of the reasons why these firms get away with the crimes that they do is because they are convincing clients to have their funds held at the business level, which any good financial firm is going to have a third-party custodian. For example, ours is Charles Schwab, so no one would ever write a check to Young Wealth Management. It's always going to be these third-party institutions.
How should an investor interpret promised returns, especially when someone uses the word guaranteed or promotes consistently high returns?
So if we're talking about the market, that should be a red flag because the market can be very, very sporadic. The only place you should hear something like guaranteed is when we're talking about banks or insurance companies. So
Mhm.
a good rule of thumb is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Right. And of course, transparency is crucial. How often should clients expect performance reports and updates?
So number one, clients should always be able to look up their accounts at any time, 24/7 at the institution level, whether it be a custodian like Charles Schwab, Fidelity, or an insurance carrier. And generally speaking, most clients will get statements monthly, sometimes annually, but you should always be able to request information at any point in time. And if your advisor is pushing back on that, that's probably a red flag as well.
Right. If an investor suspects something is off, what are the practical steps they should take immediately to protect their assets and get clarity?
So number one, go with your gut. So you
Yeah.
should never feel afraid to ask your advisor or the business that you're working with questions. If they get defensive, then that's probably not a good sign. And again, you should always be able to go to that third party custodian as well, whether it be someone like Schwab, Fidelity, an insurance carrier as well, just to
Mhm.
verify the questions that you're asking.
Right. Gotta trust your gut. Well, Kim, if somebody, maybe is feeling that their relationship is off, they'd like you for a second opinion to talk it through, what's the best way to reach you?
Best way is to go out to our website. It's got all of our information out there, www.young-wm.com, and we'd be happy to help.
Great. Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Erin.